Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning. Nice to see y'all. Um, Greetings to the people I can see on Zoom, and greetings to the people I cannot see on Facebook and YouTube. Glad y'all are here. For those of you who don't already know, I finally ironed out the technical kinks of broadcasting on 3 platforms at the same time. So we're live on YouTube now on Sunday mornings. And these sessions are still also being archived there. So, quick announcement, I will not be here next week or the week after. My good friend Marielle Gallego, who trained in the same teacher training program that I did, will be doing these sessions. She is an outstanding teacher, and I highly recommend you check her out. Um, I've stolen several ideas from her. Um, in literature, if you steal something, it's plagiarism. In this sort of thing, if you steal something, it's inspiration. So she has been inspiring to me and good friends. So today we're going to talk about gratitude because it's Thanksgiving week and it's gratitude month. I'll take a little different twist on that. It's easy to be grateful for the easy stuff. It's a little more challenging to be grateful for all of it. So I'm going to talk about that today. And on the subject of gratitude, I am grateful to everyone who has ever tuned into one of these sessions. Love you guys. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be able to sit with you all on Sunday mornings. So first, let's meditate. So I invite you to find a comfortable, upright meditation posture. As I've been saying recently, there are 4 meditation postures. There's sitting, standing, walking, and laying down. I have been contacted by a couple of people who have back issues, and asked about meditating laying down, and that's fine. The only thing I suggest with that is if you rest your one arm on the ground with your hand in the air, like your arm's at a 90-degree angle, like that during meditation, because it's really easy to fall asleep even when you're sitting up. But if you fall asleep while you're meditating laying down, your hand will come down and you'll wake up. Simple as that. So let's find a posture where we can be alert and relaxed at the same time. Your back has its natural curve. Just let it fall into that without getting rigid and stressing the muscles in your lower back. And tuck in your chin a little bit, like you have a thread at the crown of your head, like pulling up. And tuck the chin in, straightens the top of your spine without stressing the muscles in your neck or shoulders. And just settle in. And just let your gaze come down the bridge of your nose, lower your gaze. And that relaxes the muscles around your eyes. Might want to let your jaw fall open. Then gently bring your lips back together. And relax the muscles in your jaw. And gently close your eyes. Let's start by taking a few slow, deep breaths just to get connected to the body and the breathing. Just noticing the sensations of the body breathing in and staying with it all the way through the inhale. And noticing what it feels like when your body is transitioning to an out breath. And just stay with that all the way to the end of the exhale. Letting your breathing return to normal.
That core up again. Knees. Come back up.
Just receiving the in-breath. And as you breathe out, just settle, let your body settle. Let your mind settle. Let your thinking mind, your thinking muscle relax. Just breathing in and out. Letting your body settle into your seat. If you notice any areas of tension or holding or stress in your body, just breathe into it. And as you breathe out, just relax and soften to whatever degree you can. Just being in the simplicity of this moment, breathing in and out. Now let your attention come to your breathing. To the sensations of the body breathing in and out. There's nothing to do with the breath. We're not trying to control it. Just accompanying it, letting it accompany you, and resting your focus and your awareness on the sensations of the in-breath and staying with it all the way to the top of the in-breath. And then staying with it all the way to the bottom of the exhale. Some people focus on the sensations of the breath moving in and out of the nose to follow the breathing. Some people focus on the chest or the belly moving up and down. Some people focus on just the overall global experience of sensing the body breathing. Whatever works, whatever's easy. There's no wrong way to do it. This is a gentleness practice. Just the simplicity of this moment, breathing in and out. When your mind wanders off in thought, as it inevitably will, just gently let go of that without getting involved in whatever the content of the thinking is. Just noticing the phenomenon of thinking. Just notice, gently let go, and slide back to your focus on the breath in and out. Over and over again as you need to. Thoughts arise, feelings arise, sensations arise. It's all good. They all come and go. Just noticing. And returning our attention gently, gently letting go. And coming back to the breath. Just noticing the present moment, breathing in and out. Whatever arises, thoughts or feelings, sensations. Just noticing, accompanying by the breath, moving in and out. Continue to come back. Continue to notice. Continue to return. And as we come to the end of this sitting, just noticing the simplicity of the moment, the simplicity of breathing in and out. whatever the thinking mind conjures up isn't really happening in this moment. Although you're experiencing this moment. And this moment is just simple sitting, breathing. The rest is just noise. And may the benefits of this practice bring you to a space of calm. Even if you're experiencing some sort of internal storm, to know that there's a calm space that you can return to. And may this practice enable us to move around the world, around our neighborhood, around the people in our homes, with kindness and compassion. To view the world through kind eyes. To bring that to the people in our homes, the people we pass on the street, the clerk at the grocery store, the person who holds the door open for you. The more intimate conversation. To bring kindness and compassion and see the world around us through the lens of kindness, compassion, a sincere wish for the well-being of others. May the benefits of this practice be of benefit to all beings everywhere. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be free, at ease, and at peace. Thank you for your practice. The usual announcements. I put the usual information in the chat on Zoom, how to find these sessions every week, my contact information, my website, a link to a donation if you feel so inclined. A word on donations. In the Buddhist tradition, is referred to as dana, generosity. And there's a lot of discussion among Dharma teachers as to how to handle that and whether to like something to the person who offers or not, or and the Dharma teachers, a couple of Dharma teachers I've talked to have said, just let it be and accept it in silence as the purity of the moment. Doesn't mean I'm not grateful. And speaking of gratitude, an attitude of appreciation. This is Gratitude Month. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, which is about more than food. The food part of Thanksgiving to me is we celebrate the abundance of our lives, and that can be at the table with other people, or it can be in the abundance of love, in the abundance of faith, just abundance of attitude, abundance of well-being. We celebrate abundance. That's gratitude. And I think gratitude is an important piece of just being happy, calm, centered person. There's a cliche I keep hearing. It's not that happy people are grateful, though they are. It's that grateful people are happy. Gratitude fosters a kind of optimism. And I'm going to eventually do a talk on optimism. And optimism is a spiritual practice, and that you have to practice it. I have to keep coming back and reminding myself things work out. That's a completely separate issue from whether or not I get what I want. Things work out, and in the end, I'm okay. So gratitude helps live in that optimistic space. And it improves our mental health. It boosts our relationships with others. Living a life of gratitude helps us notice the little wins, the small things like the bus showing up on time. I lived in New York. That's a big deal. The stranger who holds the door for you, an opportunity for gratitude. Or just the sun coming through the window when you wake up in the morning. Each of these little small moments string together to create a web of well-being that strengthens our ability to notice the good stuff and be grateful. And, the research has linked gratitude with a wide range of benefits, including strengthening our immune systems because our bodies are just more relaxed and less on the defensive, improving sleep, feeling more optimistic, as I just said, experiencing more joy and pleasure, feeling like it's okay to be more helpful, more generous, feeling less lonely, less isolated. It's all kinds of benefits of gratitude. There's all kinds of opportunities for gratitude, and they're around us all the time. It's easy to be grateful for the sun shining, for being in a warm house on a cold morning for the people up north. And it's easy to find gratitude for that. But what about the difficult stuff? Because we have to live with all of it, and we have to find a way to be okay in the midst of all of it. Jack Kornfield, one of the pioneers of Vipassana meditation in America, and one of the people who trained me to do this, said true gratitude isn't limited to experiences of love, joy, and pleasure. He noted that in certain temples, there's actually a prayer that you make asking for difficulties. May I be given the appropriate difficulties so that my heart can be truly open with compassion. Imagine asking for such a thing. One of my favorite writers who I've referenced in these talks before, a woman named Jeannie Dupro, her book is called The Earth House. Text me and I'll send you the information. She was one of my early supervisors when I was doing grief counseling at the hospice. And she referred to grief as, quote, my proper burden. I've always really liked that. And these are opportunities for us to learn compassion and kindness and forbearance and patience. I mean, where else have we learned compassion? I mean, what is compassion other than being able to tap into our own knowledge, our own experience, our own suffering, and be able to see other people through that lens? Can we be grateful for the opportunities that foster compassion and empathy? There's a saying around Buddhism, no mud, no lotus. I really like that. Lotus blossoms are beautiful and they're fragrant and they're all over parts of Asia. And it's also true, and there's a lot of images of like Buddha and Buddhist icons sitting in a lotus blossom. It's also true that lotus flowers grow from a swamp. They grow out of the mud and the muck. So the symbolic lotus flower blooms out of the mud. Its growth is rooted in the dirt and the grime, and it grows into this beautiful thing. No mud, no lotus. And from suffering, we learn compassion. From loss, we learn understanding. From overcoming struggles, we discover our own strength and our own beauty. I was a therapist for 25 years, and I never ceased to wonder at people who come in feeling broken and completely destroyed by their stuff, and finding out how strong and beautiful they are when they reach into that space. Difficult time and difficult people offer opportunities to practice patience and exertion and mindfulness and loving kindness and compassion. That person in front of you who's pushing all y'all buttons present an opportunity to come back into your body and breathe in and out and have a mindful space and make choices as to what we're going to do and how we're going to respond. Because the truth is, that person who's acting out, they're suffering, and this is what that looks like. And we can turn our own suffering into opportunities for compassion. A secret to some of you, I grew up in this chaotic, addicted, violent household, and it wasn't safe. And I had a lot of resentment and anger about that for many, many years. And I will admit I sometimes go in and out of that. But when I was first training at the hospice, I met a woman who came from a very similar background to mine, and a perpetrator in her life had died, and she was having this whole conflicted experience. And I could see her so clearly. And I never disclosed any of that stuff to her, but she knew that I just plain got it. Intuitively, really got it, understood her experience. I could speak to it and hear it. And I had this great revelation that, oh, all of that stuff I grew up with is actually an asset. It gives me a lens through which I can look and see, oh, this is what suffering looks like. It's a paradox. And, people who know me know I love paradox. All of a sudden, I can be grateful for that experience. There are always opportunities like this. I was in the parking lot outside of a 12-step meeting. This is like probably 20 years ago. And a guy shows up. We're all getting ready to go in the meeting. A guy shows up and he's kind of disheveled, and he's wearing a black suit, white shirt, thin black tie, hard-rimmed glasses. Looks like he slept in it all. He says he's with the FBI, and he is demanding everybody's identification and wants to see the sign-up sheet for the meeting and all of that. And people are going, the responses ranged from hostile to scared, right? But I had enough training at the time to recognize, oh, this guy is having a psychotic experience. Nobody knows why. There's a lot of research on it, but nobody knows why. One of the common delusions in psychosis is I'm with the FBI. So when it came time, somebody needed to call the police. I said, I'll do that, right? Because I didn't want to come forward with, oh my God, there's a scary thing happening. I wanted to come forward with, there's somebody in crisis here. Can we look at people who are acting out and see them as an opportunity for compassion and be grateful for our own ability to bring compassion and empathy to that space? The wise man rejects nothing, said Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching. And in chapter 7 of the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu wrote, the master is available to all people and doesn't reject anyone. He is ready to use all situations and doesn't waste anything. This is called embodying the light. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? And what is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost, however intelligent you are. This is the great secret. There's another translation of this, though. I could get a little obsessive when I'm looking at these things. I have several copies of the Tao. Said, no man is rejected. Good men or bad men's instructors. bad men are good men's materials. Those who not esteem their instructors and those who do not love their materials, though expedient, are in fact greatly confused. Can we be grateful for everything that presents itself to us? The good stuff, that's easy, right? My car starts. I'm grateful for that. I've got some medical stuff going on that I've talked to a couple of you about, and I'm frustrated, and there's some anxiety around that. And I have the wherewithal to deal with that. I have the access to the doctors. I have the access to the meds. I have transportation to get where I need to go. I have this device in front of me through which I can see you, and I can also access information. There's all kinds of stuff to be grateful for. There's always something to be grateful for. So, in the 12-step traditions, when someone is having a hard time, it's often suggested that you make a gratitude list. So I'm going to invite you as a practice today to notice opportunities for gratitude. And for the next couple of days, make a list of 5 things to be grateful for. And since this is coming to Thanksgiving week, I feel I should probably say something about family and going to see family. Some of us have a great time going to see family. It's a gift. Some of us, not so much. Okay. My take on Thanksgiving, I am really grateful for knowing that I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I don't have to go anywhere I don't want to go. I don't have to eat anything I don't want to eat. And I'm grateful for being able to move around in the world in that way. I'm grateful for the people who love me. I'm grateful for the people I'm lucky enough to love. The holidays are stressful. They present an opportunity for self-compassion and self-care, and an opportunity to be grateful for knowing about self-compassion and self-care. So I'll close out today with one of my favorite poems on this subject. It's by W.S. Merwin. It's called Thanks. Listen, with night falling, we are saying thank you. We are stopping on the bridges to bow from the railings. We are running out of the glass rooms with our mouths full of food to look at the sky and say thank you. We are standing by the water, thanking it, standing by the windows, looking out in all directions. Back from a series of hospitals, back from a mugging, after funerals, we are saying thank you. After the news of the dead, whether or not we knew them, we are saying thank you. Over telephones, we are saying thank you. In doorways and in the backs of cars and in elevators, remembering wars and police at the door and the beatings on the stairs, we are saying thank you. In the banks, we are saying thank you. In the faces of officials and the rich and of all who will never change, we go on saying thank you, thank you. With animals dying around us, taking our feelings, we are saying thank you. With the forest falling faster than the minutes of our lives, we are saying thank you. With the words going out like cells of a brain, with the cities growing over us, we are saying thank you, faster and faster. With nobody listening, we are saying thank you, thank you. We are saying and waving, dark though it is. Thank you for your kind attention. Anybody have any questions, comments, thoughts? Alrighty then. I'm grateful to see all you guys. I'm grateful for all of you who I cannot see on Facebook and Zoom. I see the numbers every week. I know you're out there. I'm grateful to be able to sit here in this chair with my meditation pillow, upright, focus, and explore my mind with you folks. So, as I said before, Mariel Gallagher will be doing these sessions for the next 2 Sundays. I invite and encourage you to come and check her out. Mariel is an extraordinary teacher and a really cool person. So thank you all for being here.
Thanks, Ken. Have a
Thank you.
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Gratitude Day.
Ken, I didn't understand what you were saying about somebody that's doing the next 2 Sundays that you encourage us to check her out.
Yeah, hang on one second.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.